responded to the commissioners from the stream. Very shortly, we'll go into this video. Very shortly. Stay with us.
Well, folks, welcome. This is Women's TV Liberia, and we are here live at the headquarters of the National Election Commission at the final hearing, the next final hearing in the CPP and that of the Unity Party and the All Liberian Party. The CPP, which is now considered as the Alternative National Congress and a portion of the Liberia Party, as you may be aware.
So we please go like the same goal. You want to stand please do the same thing and leave them over there. The other things I hate that we don't block them so they can read. But he's going to do the reading right now. So
Okay, so now just a chit chat in the back end. Commissioners are getting ready. Very shortly, we will begin this meeting. Understand that this is now the final reading. In fact, the complaint to dismiss this content.
So we see at the headquarters of the National Election Commission, and this is the very final voting in the case involving the collaborating political parties, which now constitutes the Alternative National Congress and the Liberty Party. These are members of the legal team of the Unity Party and that of the All Liberian Party. And ahead of us are various commissioners here at the National Election Commission, and on the other end are members of the legal team of the Alternative National Congress and that of the Liberty Party. So the CPP, as you may be aware, the issue of the withdrawal of the Unity Party and that of the All Liberian Party from the collaborating political party has been a major issue, and both the Alternative National Congress and the Municipality faction of the Liberty Party have had series of concerns, arguing that the Liberty Party won't produce a candidate in the pending senatorial election in Lufa County to fill in the vacant seat provided following the inability of Jibran Samka to meet up with his financial obligation at the court. So Mr. Peltier and Mr. Cummins have had a series of issues, arguing that as per their own procedure and as per their own law, the Unity Party cannot produce candidate independent election if they are not out of the collaboration through a legal proceeding. So the national elections have been in the case over the last few weeks, and today happens to be the final. We don't know as to whether this case will be forwarded to court or what it might result to, but the chairperson here at the National Election Commission will provide the final update as to what next in this particular case.
The National Elections Commission. So very shortly we'll go into this should have happened at 3 p.m. This should start at 2 p.m. At 10 minutes after 3 o'clock. We cannot tell you why it has not started. We cannot tell you. So following us live from the inaugurators of the National Elections Commission. The commission the chairperson of the National Elections Commission is Monrovia. She's also alongside all of the commissioners. They are brainstorming. They will have at 3 p.m. that's how we're going to it. What are they preparing?
Call the case.
So that's not good. The instruction is called case.
Okay. All are verified ALP and the unified AUP petitioners versus Anthony Fuma A.M. Suarez, Gary Officer, NEC, and the collaborating political parties, respondents. Petition for judicial review. This petition is called for ruling this 5th day of April 2022 at 3 p.m. before the Honorable Board of Commissioners. Presiding and present are Honorable Deviator Brown Lassana, Chairperson, Honorable P. Tipla Reeves, Co-Chairperson, Honorable Waka A. Ducle, Commissioner, Honorable Ernestine Morgan Awa, Commissioner, Honorable Flor Oxlade Sawyer, Commissioner, Honorable Basi Leo Pangba, Commissioner, and Honorable Josephine Wahuge, Commissioner. Honorable Presiding, the case has been called.
Representation.
The petitioners, the All-Agreeing Party and the Unity Party are represented as the previous records and present to receive the honors ruling are Councillor Flora N. Mutuskat, Councillor Lawrence Yekula, Councillor S. Mohammed Sharif, and Councillor J.Ko Bangalu, to be joined by other councils of records who say they are present and ready to receive the ruling of your honor. Point respectfully submitted.
Why the respondents are represented by Councillors Aloysius Tu and O.C. Hilton, who are all present to receive the honors ruling and a petition for judicial review. Point is submitted.
The Board of Commissioners now instruct the clerk to read the ruling on behalf of the board.
Interlocutory ruling. Held April 4th, 2022. Decided April 5th, 2022. Section 11.2 of the Civil Procedure Law provides that at the time of service of its responsive pleading, a party may move for judgment dismissing one or more claims for relief cited against it. Citing this law, petitioners herein made an oral motion before the hearing officer, requesting him to dismiss respondent's complaint on jurisdictional grounds. The hearing officer heard the motion, denied it, and ordered the investigation proceeded with. For not satisfied, petitioners have come before this board for an interlocutory review of the hearing officer's decision. Having heard from the parties, reviewed the records and the controlling law, this board holds as follows. 1. Petitioners' subject matter argument. We note that the Article 79 of the Liberian Constitution requires each registered political party to file its constitution and rules with the National Election Commission, and that the submitted constitution and rules must conform to the provisions of the Liberian Constitution. With respect to the governing document that the coalition files before the NEC, Section 8.5 of the Elections Law requires that an absolute majority of the executive members of each party in the proposed coalition must sign a resolution and submit same together with the terms and conditions of their coalition to the NEC before the NEC may certificate the parties to operate as a coalition. Once certificated, these parties and their leaders, one other natural person, may be cited to appear before the NEC in connection with any complaint punishable before the NEC. For reliance, see Section 2.9 WI of the Elections Law. In the instant case, the hearing officer heard that while the NEC will not give advisory opinion, he, however, took note of the Constitution and statute applicable to elections which fall within the responsibilities of the NEC. A review of the CPP's March 24, 2022 letter of complaint shows that respondent questions, among others, the ability or qualification of petitioners to field candidates in elections, with the NEC being the forum of first instance to review and pass on the ability or qualification of a party to participate in an election. We hold that the hearing officer did not err. 2. With respect to the contention as to whether petitioners can, on their own, alter the parties in this matter, we answer in the negative and note that the hearing officer correctly addressed this during the second and third sittings of the hearing. We further say that if petitioners wanted to challenge the ability of named individuals to act in the scene of the CPP, they should have done so in their pre-trial motion. 3. Petitioners' lispendence argument. The principles of lispendence holds that no party may maintain two actions in the courts of the Republic at the same time for the same cause of action and against the same party. If two such actions are commenced at different times, the pendency of the former suit is a defense to the latter. More specifically, the Honorable Supreme Court, in the case Battle versus Seu et al. 49 LLR, July 25, 1981, heard that to render an action dismissible for want of jurisdiction, there must be another action between the same parties involving the identical subject matter, which is pending in another court within the Republic of Liberia, and that a party who invokes the doctrines of lispendence must prove by relevant record the existence of another action between the same parties involving the same subject that is pending in another court within the Republic of Liberia. We note that the petitioners in the instant case did not present any record or precept from the Monrovia City Court to support its respondent's argument. Taking administrative notice, however, of public information, we note that there is a criminal case pending before the Monrovia City Magisterial Court caption. Republic of Liberia, by and through all Liberian party, by and through its national chairman, Theodore Momo of the city of Monrovia, plaintiff versus Elizana B. Cummings, Aloysius Stowe, and Daniel Letain. By way of contrast, the parties before us are the collaborating political parties, CPP versus the All Liberian Party and through the Unity Party. Clearly, the parties in the reference action before the Monrovia City Court are not the same as those in the instant action before the NEC. Moreover, the two courses of actions are not identical, in that the matter before the Monrovia City Court is a criminal case, while this matter before the NEC is non-criminal, challenging the petitioner's ability or qualification to field candidates in elections. Hence, we hold that the hearing officer did not err. For after reviewing the record, we further say that there is no bearing to any of the remaining issues petitioners present in this petition for judicial review. Accordingly, we affirm the hearing officer's disposition of those issues without further discussion. Wherefore, and in view of the foregoing, petitioner's petition is hereby denied, and because time is of the essence, the hearing officer is hereby directed to immediately resume jurisdiction and proceed as expeditiously as possible in keeping with law. Signed, Honorable Deviator Brown Lasana, Chairperson. Honorable P. Tipla Reeves, Co-Chairperson. Honorable Waka A. Duble, Commissioner. Honorable Ernestine Morgan Awa, Commissioner. Honorable Flor Osley Sayer, Commissioner. Honorable Basi Leo Papa, Commissioner. And Honorable Josephine Pauki, Commissioner.
Thank you. Which ruling of the honor counsel for petitioner accept the state will take advantage of the laws controlling.
Reception notice.
Form the board of commissioners cases should be sent to the hearing officer.
So we are now trying to speak with
welcome to the media. I'm quite sure that you might be happening now at the moment. Welcome to the media, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us the ruling thing goes in your favor. Tell us your impression.
It's very sound. It's based on the law, and we have always said the law is the law.
Now, so the commissioners have sent this case back to the hearing officer. What's your ultimate? What do you expect?
I don't have any comment on it.
Follow us at the HQ. 19th Street, the inside.
So this is it here. It appears a bit in favor of the Musa Hassan Ability faction of the Labour Party, as the National Election Commission forwarded this case back to the So, thanks so kindly. This is Women's TV Liberia, and we have been here at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. It is what it is. The case has been adjourned forwarded back to the hearing officer, and we will keep you updated in regards to more information as we look to this very particular case. So this is Women's TV Liberia, and I've been here with you. Thanks so kindly for following.